Let's go through the entire Modern Warfare 2 Warzone 2 Season 1 Reloaded update, the mid-season update releasing this December 14th. In a little over a week from now, we'll go through all of the maps, weapons, modes, the Spec Ops, raids update, some DMZ updates, and much more in today's video. We're on the road to 110,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new and you want to stay up to date with the latest MW2 Warzone 2 updates and news, etc., definitely be sure to subscribe. I really do appreciate that. But first up here again on the date, it's Wednesday, December 14th at these times up on screen. Very standard date here. Of course, we'll be covering it all on the channel as it comes out. At some point this week, we'll get more marketing and reveals exactly a week before the update comes out. So we'll get a full gameplay trailer. But as of now, we pretty much know all of the stuff we're getting. So we're going to go through all of it in today's video. But for actual content here, let's go through the maps first, because the maps are pretty important to most people here. We know for sure we're getting Shipment. It's a dark version of the map. It's, in the nighttime now, which is pretty cool. I'll put the official image up on screen. Pretty sick vibes here. Of course, it's off the coast of the Al Mazrah Warzone 2 map. Shipment is now actually on a ship, which I think is really, really sick. And there was some gameplay I may put up in the background. I'm not so sure if I have it, but, it's a cool vibe overall. I'll put at least what it looks like in Warzone, because it's the same exact layout pretty much. Cool stuff there, great for grinding camos, leveling up your weapons, all that good stuff. But overall, that's the only map they've officially revealed on that original Season 1 roadmap. We want to see more unique content. We still haven't gotten a unique new DLC map for MW2 MP. I'm assuming that, just like with Black Ops Cold War, if you guys remember, that original roadmap didn't reveal all of the surprise content and maps we got for the Reloaded update in Cold War, which included the Firebase Z Zombies map and Express. We didn't know about stuff at the launch of the season, so for MW2 this time around, it might be a similar deal to where, obviously, on that original roadmap, they didn't reveal much of any MP content, but for the Reloaded update, they're going to reveal a lot more stuff. So, of course, we're getting Shipment, but we may also get the return of Museum. It's still in the files of the game, as we talked about. It was removed potentially because of a copyright issue. I mean, if that was resolved, we would definitely want to see that back, but that still isn't new content because it was already in the beta. There are other maps that we talked about in the files of the game right now. I'll put them up on screen. We have Sunken, which may be a location in Warzone 2. Not so sure there. A uniquely made map. That would be pretty cool. This is not Shipment. Some people are saying this is Shipment. It's not, because there's a separate file for Shipment, of course. We have Oil Field, which is just another section of Al Mazrah, which I don't mind, more Al Mazrah POIs being added to MW2's MP. Not too many, but, little POIs. It turned into 6v6 maps. I don't mind overall. We have another one, Drainage, there, found in the files of MW2. This one could be the DLC map we saw in Modern Warfare 2019's Year 2 season. This was originally a gunfight map, so that could signal the return of gunfight, which we'll talk about in a second. That would be cool as well. And overall, let me know down below. Of course, it's hard to come up what uniquely made MP maps we want to see. I mean, let me know down below what countries, locations you want IW to visit for uniquely made DLC maps. But, for remakes here, we could, of course, talk a lot about remakes. We don't want all remakes, but I do enjoy a good remake there. I've been really focusing on COD Ghost remakes. I love that game. I thought it was a ton of fun. Not the best Call of Duty. I'm not going to be unrealistic here, but the maps were so iconic, so solid. So I'm just going to put some up on screen. Warhawk, Fire map. I would love to see that return. Whiteout, maybe a little too big. I like that map, though. Strike Zone, solid map. Octane, oh man, Octane was great, especially with competitive Call of Duty. So many iconic matches on that map. Freight, another good 6v6, 3-lane style map. Not too small, it would fit. Like, these maps would honestly fit in MW2's MP, in my opinion. Of course, feel free to disagree with me down below, but I think COD Ghost has so many solid maps that have never been remade or remastered that I would love to see in this game. Of course, we want original 2009 MW2 maps like Terminal High Rise, Quarry Afghan, Estate. Of course, we do want to see those too, but I would easily welcome some COD Ghost remakes. So we'll see very soon. Maybe we'll get a surprise one for the Season 1 Reloaded update, but that's more about the future of the game for Season 2, 3, 4, etc., and so on. But for the Reloaded update, Shipment, and hopefully, again, one more uniquely made MP map, we need more MP content for sure. So we'll see what we get there very soon. Now, for modes here, we know we're getting for sure Bounty and a Cyber Attack. Those are already in custom games in MW2, so those will be officially released in the actual public match playlist. That's cool as well. Gunfight is releasing. They may surprise drop it for this Reloaded update. There's also tons of files in the game for Gunfight maps as well. I'll run through those right now, actually. Gunfight maps from MW2 have been leaked out. Looks like 1 to 2 per season. So we have Runway, Castle, Convoy, Gulag Showers, Cargo, The Mall, Docks, Drainage, as we talked about, Utopia, and Ruins. All of these are small 2v2 design maps, more bright than MW2 maps, hopefully. So overall, again, if they're going to do that 1 to 2 map per season thing for Gunfight, that's got to start now at Season 1 Reloaded. So, you know, Drainage could be one of those again, returning for Gunfight, and then you could add another one here. We don't have the exact name, but it could be Drainage and, let's say, Castle. You know, we don't know for sure, but that would make complete sense there. And then, of course, the Gunfight game mode overall would return for the Reloaded update, or maybe a bit after the Reloaded update at some point. So we'll see how that works, but super excited for that, of course. And, of course, there is one more mode there that we talked a lot about, which I'll go through now, the Codball mode, which we have a little gameplay preview I'll put up on screen. This is like a Rocket League style mode. Supposed to be a part of the Modern Warfare FC event, you know, to coincide with the World Cup, of course. So let's go through the details on this mode here. So the Codball limited time game mode, which is believed to launch next week, will feature a Rocket League-like game mode where players drive ATVs in a football stadium and play football with a giant ball. Again, it's pretty much just like Rocket League. Images leaked online. It shows players riding ATVs in a football stadium, which is a new separate map as well, which is pretty cool. The objective, just like with Rocket League, is to hit the ball into the opposing team's net. Video images came out, etc., showing players driving around a colorful football pitch inside a football stadium and driving into a massive ball, which shows the victory screen when the player scores, somewhat similar to between S&D rounds. It's currently not known how many players per side the game mode will feature, but let's just hope it's similar to Rocket League with 2 to 3 players per side and not 11. Which that would be kind of hectic there. It's believed that the stadium and the map have been in development just for this limited time game mode and will not feature in classic multiplayer, which I think that this map would be cool, as I said, as a small, you know, shipment style map. That would be pretty sick, but, you know, we'll see what happens there. But overall, that's it for new maps and modes for this update. Now, for weapons here, the only one we know for sure is a lock is the Chimera, which is the Honey Badger. So that's a lock. Obviously, there are a bunch of other weapons that leaked out. You know, there's no guarantee on what we're getting here, but we know for sure we're getting the Chimera, so that should be cool, of course. Most of the other weapons came out at the launch of this season, but of course, we could get another surprise weapon drop for this Reloaded update, so we'll see very soon. And some more stuff here. We have to talk about Spec Ops here, because we're getting a pretty big update for Spec Ops. We're getting the Raids game mode. Raids are finally being added here to MW2, so let's go through a bunch of details on that. Raids arrive in Call of Duty later this year, following the events of Modern Warfare 2's campaign. Each seasonal phase will advance our ongoing story as old friends and new enemies tie up loose ends. So this is a continuation of the campaign, which is pretty exciting overall, and Call of Duty have already said themselves, we highly recommend completing all 3 Special Ops missions with 3 stars and have at least 1 kit leveled up to rank 5 before raids to fully prepare for this update, so make sure you do that as well. Let's go through some details here on the mode. Thanks to the official Call of Duty blog concerning Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, we know that raids will be a 3-player cooperative engagement requiring teamwork and strategic puzzle-solving thinking in between bouts of intense combat. Activision and IW have revealed very little information about Raids as interest in the new mode continues to build. From the brief description, Raids seems to be a mode for players looking for a strategic COD experience. The only other information we know about Raids is that the mode is set to feature Modern Warfare 2's new AI. It's likely that you'll have to think of creative ways to solve puzzles and complete objectives, all while fending off the enemy AI. According to Tom Henderson, it's understood that the first raid coming to Modern Warfare 2 will have at least 2 puzzles involved, one focused on numbers and the other focused on a water maze. Interesting there. Henderson reiterates the role of AI within the Raids experience. IW have put a ton of effort into developing this new AI, and it's no surprise to see it at the forefront of several MW2 experiences. The leaker has also shared specifics concerning the first raid. Players will reportedly be tasked with infiltrating a submarine base, which will be a mission that highlights MW2's new water mechanics with underwater gameplay. Interesting there. Coordination between teammates will determine how efficiently you complete in the highly tactical mission. So far, data miners uncovered 3 separate missions related to raids, interestingly enough. Henderson also explains that the data mined images indicate that raids could be built from the ground up and on their own individual map, which would be kind of crazy there. I feel like that won't happen unless raids is fully popular, but as of now, it's going to be based on locations from, you know, the campaign, Las Almas, and of course, Warzone 2 Al Mazrah, for now at least. But if it's super popular, who knows, we go to new locations as well. We'll see very soon. Now, back to the overall game, we're getting at least 2 new operators here. We're getting Klaus at some point, redacted image here. We'll see what he looks like very soon. And then Gaz as well. Of course, we know Gaz. Pretty cool stuff there. But for some more stuff here, DMZ is going to be very interesting to see what they add here, because of course we've been getting, for the most part, just bug fixes and quality of life improvements and changes, and DMZ has been pretty fun. But over the next couple of months through these seasons here, we're looking to get a bunch more stuff people have been, you know, talking about more uses for DMZ loot, being able to craft more items and not just, you know, exfilling with them and getting cash and XP and stuff like that. It just doesn't seem as useful, you know, as it could be. A marketplace and in-game economy. There's just a lot more we're looking for with DMZ. Of course, IW already came out and said it's in a beta state, and as these seasons come out, as we get a launch for the season and a mid-season update, a reloaded update, we should get more and more, you know, pretty big improvements here to DMZ. So they haven't said for sure what we're getting, what they're changing, but I feel like we're going to get some type of good advancement to bring DMZ into a more fulfilling direction. Right now, it's pretty fun, but if it stays like this, it definitely will get stale eventually. Having more incentives to hop in and go get a ton of loot, get some missions done, and exfil with that loot, with that cash, with those items, with those rare items. Having more incentives for doing so is what we need. You know, I know Lego Unlocked talks a lot about, you know, a full mastery calling card or a mastery camo or some hidden challenge where, you know, you really have a good incentive for actually grinding DMZ, finding rare items, exfilling with those items, etc., etc. You know, hopefully we get that very soon. Will it happen with the Season 1 Reloaded update? Maybe not, but hopefully they'll give us more clarity on when that might happen, and hopefully they start somewhere, because DMZ is fun right now. I'm not saying it's bad, it's definitely pretty fun, but we definitely want some more advancements and improvements very soon. So let me know down below what other changes you would want to see in DMZ. More missions, again, marketplace, in-game economy, more uses for the loot, stuff like that. Let me know what you want to see down below. But that's it for this video. Season 1 Reloaded looks to be a pretty solid update overall. Of course, there may be some surprise content not yet known yet. We'll cover all of that on the channel as it comes out. But that's it for this video. Be sure to subscribe for more MW2 Warzone 2 news update videos like this. Really do appreciate the support recently. It means so much to me. Thank you. I mean, we hit 100K this year. We're on the road to 110K. It's been crazy. So seriously, thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So shout out to the YouTube channel members as always. And I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.